Alright, what's up guys, it's your boy Parry here, and I'm going to show you how to make a beat today. And today I'm going to do a boogie type beat, with this album dropped fairly recently, like a week or two ago. I thought, hey, why not make a boogie beat here? So what I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to make the beat, and I'm going to do some cuts so the video goes by faster. But I just want to make a beat to show you guys how I, make beats. How I make a beat if I want to make it in a Boogie Wit Da Hoodie type style. And so let's jump right into it. So to start off, I'm gonna go about 136, maybe 138 tempo with this song. I'm gonna have a pretty fast tempo. I've noticed that some of the songs, he varies with some of his tempos. Sometimes he may go higher tempo like I'm at. Sometimes he may go lower to 100 or even below. It kind of varies, but I'm gonna go with a usual trap type tempo with 138. So I got some instruments already lined out over here. I got a synth, electric guitar. I got a piano, that'll be like the main instrument. I got some strings that'll play in the background, 808, and I just got some usual drums, kick, clap, snare, hi-hats, perks, and stuff like that. So let's jump right into it. First I'm gonna start off with the piano. So I'm just gonna first create a melody. So I think I'm gonna play on my keyboard a little bit, and then eventually I'll maybe like record and then key in some stuff manually. So let's get into it. Alright, I got a simple melody planned out in my head. Alright, so that's gonna be like the main melody on the piano right there. Alright, I'm gonna select one, Command A, and then I'm gonna do 1/8, and then Q is to quantize. So there we go. I'm gonna change some of the velocities here so they're more similar. Alright, now that I got the notes where I want them, now I'm gonna start adding some more notes to the melody just to make it more interesting. So I'm probably gonna add some chords and stuff like that. I want to add a little accent note here too to make it a little interesting. I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter so it comes in, so it gives a nice, interesting, unique sound to it. change them up a little bit, but put them over here for now. I'm gonna add a 8th note right here to change the melody a little bit. Alright, now I'm gonna add some notes at the end that can kind of lead into the beginning of the loop. I'm gonna add some more over here. Change it up a bit. Make this quieter. Alright guys, so this is the my main melody slash chords for the song. This is the progression of it, and I'll just play it for you guys real quick. By the way, on this track, I just got an EQ that takes out the low end a little bit, raised it on the high end, but not much. And I just got a reverb that came with the piano that was on it, so not much. Just kind of bare bones for right now. Alright, now I'm going to put in the strings, and I think for the strings, I think it's probably going to be very similar to what I got for the piano in terms of the MIDI and what it plays. And I think I'll just have the strings during like the main part, during like the hook and stuff. I probably won't play the strings during the verse and stuff like that. So I'm gonna copy this over and just edit it a bit. And to copy, I believe I did this option drag. Let's see what it sounds like, just straight up with this MIDI. That sounds pretty good. I don't have a problem with that, so I'll just leave that in the MIDI. I probably won't change that much. I'm gonna add some more reverb, so I'm just gonna want it to kind of be very ambient, so I'm just gonna add a large reverb in the background to make it more ambient and bigger. Boom. I think I'm gonna add stereo pan to it and just pan it slightly to the left or the right. I'll just do the left a little bit. I want it more in the center, but still pan, so we get a little bit wider. So I'm just gonna throw this over here since this isn't like the main. It'll only be on like the hooks and the bridge and stuff like that. I'm gonna copy this over. Cool. All right. Now what's I gonna do now? You know, I'm gonna do the drums, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do the synths and the guitar and the rest of the melodies, stuff like that. So let's get into the drums. I think I'll do the 808 later too. So I'm gonna start off with the clap. I like to start off with the clap a lot. It's pretty simple. It's usually pretty similar every time you do it, and the clap can help you a lot with really getting the vibe and rhythm down. I definitely like doing the claps before I do the kicks. I just feel like it's a lot easier to get a rhythm and a groove with that. So that's what I'll do right now. So I got the claps already pulled up in a drum kit that I have, and I'm just gonna key them in real quick. And I just layered the clap to get a more unique sound. I'm gonna keep it fairly simple with the claps, just their standard clap pattern, nothing fancy in this one. I'm gonna copy that. And y'all can see the effects that over here. I got just like a the IO track, channel EQ, compressor, overdrive, and then imager. That's what I got on the with a little bit of reverb. That's what I got for the clap. Alright, let's do kick next. Sometimes I key in my kick, sometimes I just use the keyboard for it. So. Alright, that's what I got so far for the kick. So I'm gonna quantize it real quick, and then I'm probably gonna mess with a few of those. So Command A and then Q to quantize. Probably gonna change this like over here. Yeah, I'm gonna change the kicks over on this side, and I feel like we need these little adjustments over here. That's pretty solid for now. I think I'll keep that. If I do change that, I'll change it later. And oftentimes I'll kind of mix and master as I go in terms of just leveling and make sure everything sounds good and stuff as I go. Let's do the snare now. I'm gonna have just a simple snare in the background. Yeah, I like this snare. We'll go with this one. Pretty simple snare pattern, but I like the vibe of it. Just Command A, then Q to quantize. Pan it. I'll just pan it to pan it bit to 24 on the right. go. Drop the volume real quick. For my drums, I usually pan almost everything except for like the clap / snare. All right, hi-hats. Let's do the hi-hats now. No, I usually like to key in the hi-hats. Sometimes I'll play it on my keyboard, but I just like to visualize the hi-hats and really key it in. That's what I like to do. Go with number 3 in there. I'm just gonna start off with a basic 16th or and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna make it more unique. I'm gonna add some little hi-hat rolls in here. Copy this over. Delete this one and move this snare trill over here. Alright, now I'm gonna get 1/8 triplet note. I think I'm gonna do it right here. I'll try it out. I'll make it longer. Yeah, I like that. Let's listen to it. I'm gonna pan it over to the right or left. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, not too bad. Not too crazy. Not too crazy, but not too boring either. I like it. Now I'm gonna add another hi-hat, and this is gonna be more like a layered hi-hat that's also gonna be only in specific areas. I got some ideas. I think I'm gonna layer it with like the kick a bit. So let's get 16th note in here. Let's do number 7. Let's see how that sounds. Put more reverb and lower the volume. I think that's it. I usually like to keep, if I do have more hi-hats in the back, I usually like to keep it pretty simple and just have it add to the rhythm of the track. I'm gonna copy it over. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep the same pattern on the other side basically, but I'm gonna make the end of it slightly different and copy that. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, alright, there we go. Now let's see how that sounds. Alright, pull this over now. And let's hear what we got so far with the piano and the drums. Not too bad, not too bad. I like it, I like it. Alright, now let's add some percussion elements to it. I'm not gonna do much. I'm gonna keep it fairly simple for this, but I'm gonna just add some things that could possibly add some uniqueness, add some rhythm to the song. So let's see what we got here. We got a little block. I'll use that. I like that. Just something simpler there. I'm just gonna do it once every 4 bars for that block. I'm gonna do one more percussion. What should I add? I know what I'm gonna add. I got like a whoop sound that I recorded from my own voice. I think I'm gonna use that as like a perk sound effect type of thing. Something like that. Yeah, I'll just mess with that. Every like 4 bars maybe. Alright, let's see how this sounds. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do it at once, that whoop sound, once every like 8 bars. I think that'll be fine. So this isn't like gonna be exactly the layout of the track so far, but I'm just kind of laying things out for different possibilities. So I think this type of thing will be like a bridge type area. Then I'll have like a hook or something over here. Actually, real quick before we get into it, let me add a quick ride real quick. This will be probably mainly just whenever we get into the hook. I'm gonna keep it fairly subtle. Doesn't need to be super loud. Okay, so I'm gonna start getting back to the 808s and the melodies and stuff. So real quick, I haven't found the key for the song yet. Whenever I go into a beat and I don't know what key that it is in, what I like to do a lot is for Logic Pro, if you have the brush tool, then you can just go the scale over here, and you can just kind of trial and error different scales. That's what I do a lot. A lot of times I'll have like a rough idea of what scales the song is in, but I can for sure figure out which one is by trial and error. So there's some sharps and then some regular notes in here too. So I like to go just kind of down the list. So just by trying out different notes in different places, see where they land. So it's definitely not C sharp. Not D. It's not D sharp. Might be E major. Let me keep on looking. Looks like it's probably E major. Let me select it all. Click E major. Okay, nothing's changed, so that means it is E major. So let me put that in my notes up here, just so I can remember what key the song is. And usually when I'm making melodies and stuff, I don't need to know the key, because I can just listen to it and hear the right notes and figure out what notes I need to use. But whenever I start doing basses, it can be hard to hear the specific notes, because a lot of notes can sound similar. So, because that's why I'm about to do next. I'm about to do the bass that I got for this. And I got an 808 already pulled up. And a lot of times I just like to have the main notes just follow the chords, or the bass of the chords. So I think I'll just copy that down. And then what I'll do is I'll delete all the notes, the top notes, and just leave the bottom ones. Alright, so we got the bass notes that we want. I think I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it down an octave too. So I'm gonna select the notes, shift option down to drop an octave. There we go. And now I got most of my notes. I'll probably maybe change a few of them, but then I'll at the very least also you know, add notes where the kicks are to get more like kick from my bass, you know what I mean? Let me just copy these and then go back in here and copy it just so I can see where the kicks are pretty easily. So I'm just gonna copy where like pretty much all the kicks are. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Alright, cool. I got all the kicks. So I think I'm gonna also play around with the notes and probably change some of these notes. For example, I think I'm gonna add a high note right over here. I'm also probably I'm gonna make these go up. So I'm gonna go, yeah, so I'm gonna boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna change this one to go low. Yeah, I'm gonna make that one go. What note is this? E. So I'm gonna go copy this over, so that's option hold or drag technically. I'll delete this top note. Let's see how this sounds. Oh, I forgot this has to be over here. I think I'm not gonna play with the notes going up like here. I'm just gonna keep them at E. I'm gonna drag these notes over here. It's also good sometimes to separate the notes a bit at the end, just so there's a little like, you know, silence, a little stoppage in between. It can, you know, add an interesting effect. It can make the bass hit a little bit harder. So. We got a little glide on that one too, which sounds fine. yeah, I like the sound of that. That sounds fine. I'll turn it down real quick. Alright, got the 808 covered pretty solid. I'm just going to change the color by clicking on this and then go in Option C to change the color. I think I'm going to do maybe this color. Yeah, something like that. I like the color code, as obviously you can see my drums, bass, and melodies, stuff like that. It makes it easier to see it, and I always have it pretty organized and stuff. It makes the project a lot easier to deal with. So 808's fine for now. I think I'll keep it like that. May change it, I might add another bass or something, but this is good for now. Let's see what we got with the little bridge thing going with the strings and then the drums. So let's listen to what we got so far. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see, what should we add now? Let's do some type of I'm gonna do some type of synth. It's gonna be not quite an ARP, but maybe something similar to that. Alright, I'm gonna start playing around with building, adding the synth to it. So I'm gonna select them all, then Q to quantize. Alright, so I got this descending right now. I'm gonna copy this over and change it slightly. Alright, let's see how this sounds right now. Alright, let's see how this sounds right now. Alright, let's play this, the other sound. I think we got it right here. I like that, so I'll just copy this over and keep this playing during the main part of the hook or whatever you want to call it, or whatever it is. Alright, cool. I think the main thing I gotta add now is the electric guitar. I might add another like melody type instrument, maybe like some type of soundscape or something to make to fill in the background a little bit. But I'll do that later. Right now, let's do the electric guitar. So I'm gonna move this over, and I think I'm gonna let's see, what do I want? I'll copy the piano over. I think I'm just gonna have piano, strings, and the electric guitar for the intro. let's listen to it now. Alright, I'm gonna copy this part over again to extend the intro. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight all the drums right here. I'm gonna hit Control B, and that bounces regions into place. So I'm making the audio loop basically. So I'm gonna just label it as drums high cut. I think I might extend it to halftime it, but I'll show you what I'll do in a second. Alright, so I'm gonna slow it real quick. I'm gonna get an EQ and I'm gonna take out the high end real quick, see how that sounds. Going to open up the, what is it called, the flex editor, the flex. I'm gonna go to polyphonic over here, and once that loads up, I'm gonna extend it over to the full length over here of the, what was it, 4 bars, 8 bars, yeah. So now I basically create like a halftime thing. So I got the high cut with the EQ, and I got the halftime. Alright, I'm gonna add some reverb. Alright, let's see. Alright, that's not too bad. I like that. Let me turn it down a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that EQ off of that. I like how it sounds without the EQ. And maybe I'll turn it back on. Alright, that sounds fine. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create like a soundscape to fill in the background a bit. So I'm gonna find a sound that works well with that. Alright, let's see how this sounds. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna put a lot of reverb on it too to kind of push it to the back. Make it kind of grand and big. Alright, now I'm gonna copy that sound throughout like the whole track. That'll be in there the whole time. Yeah, it's a nice thing to be in the background that adds some flavor to the mix and just fills it up a bit. Alright, so now I'm just gonna reverse that ride. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do real quick? I'm gonna do the whole arrangement right now. So one more thing I need to add. I need to add a hi-hat. So I'm gonna copy this hi-hat over here. I need to add an open hi-hat. Might probably have pretty simple hi-hat too, nothing crazy. You know what, for the hi-hat, I'm just gonna have a simple pattern for it. It's gonna have it playing basically in between the claps. I'll do. I'll have it playing like that for the hooks, and then for the verses, I'm gonna take some of those notes away. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. So I'm gonna drag these over to all the hooks real quick. All right, cool. I'm gonna drag it over here too. Oh fuck, just open it. Yeah, hate when I double click that shit. Alright, and then for the verses, when I have hi-hats, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away a couple of these hi-hats in there. I'm going to take away 2 of them. So I'll probably take away these end ones so it doesn't play so fast. Let me copy these over. And I think the hi-hats will always play whenever there's, or the open hi-hats will always play when there's the regular hi-hats playing. So I think right here, since I'll have these as the fast hi-hats over here. All right, cool. Let's look at the bridge real quick. Make sure I get everything I want in there. You know what, I'll have the guitar playing in there. Actually, what I'll do is I'll have the electric guitar playing every hook. And I think for the hooks, for that first part, I'll probably play around with the high cut in a second. Alright, then right about here, I'm gonna cut off most of the instruments. Delete the hi-hat. Cut those off. Cut off these. I think I'll just have the piano play by itself right there. I'm gonna extend these to back here, cut those off. Solid. Lower that. Let's see. I'm gonna add these drums. Delete these. And then I'm gonna mute this one. And then I'm gonna add these over here at the beginning of the hooks. I think I might even, you know what? I'm gonna cut these 2. And I'm gonna mute one of them. Like that. Let's see how that sounds. What else we want to do? I think I got the majority of what I want to do done. Do I need an outro? Let's see. I think it sounds fine like that. Let me add the high cut real quick in there. And let's go to automation. Alright, we're going to click on this. Then we're gonna go to EQ, high cut frequency EQ, and then we're gonna play around with one of these. And then I'm gonna click a few times over here. Alright, I think I'm gonna bring this one down. And then I'm gonna click over here, automation curve, and then bring this down. I'm gonna have this be high cut going up and this play regularly over here. Alright, sounds good. Let's just cut this. So let me cut these other ones and then drag the automated ones over here. And now I'm just gonna add the 808 a few more places. So I'm gonna add 808 there, 808 there. I think it's probably good for the place I want the 808. Alright guys, I think that's all I got for right now. I got it all arranged, I got it all set out, so now I'm just gonna play the whole track so you guys can listen. I hope you enjoy and have a good day. Peace.